Alright, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. My bad, I forgot I was here. I actually woke up like 20 minutes. Actually, matter of fact, here's what happened. I woke up 30 minutes before I'm supposed to. I try to sleep, but I only sleep like 5 minutes and I just woke back up. It's like, I can't go against my rules. If you wake up and it's not even, wait, if you wake up and you have to wake up in like less than an hour, you might as well just go, right? So, yeah. It's actually really warm this morning. It's not even cold. It's supposed to be like 7 degrees right now, but this morning felt really warm, and the gym's really hot right now. Cold now today is actually pretty quiet. Yeah, it's pretty quiet today. I don't think there's anything to talk about, so, so I think today might be the first time we do a story video in like a week, unless I find something to talk about. Well, today's plan is pretty simple. Actually, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday's plan was pretty boring. No, yesterday was pretty mid. Same thing, right? This and that, and then we did like a mini. No, I had to do like two delivery works. A delivery work, and then I did like 1 hour of streaming, and then I had another delivery job, and then I did like 2 hours of streaming, and I had to go back to another job. So yeah, we only streamed like 3 hours yesterday. And what did we do? We did League. That was a pretty bad day of League. Oh no, Overwatch. Sorry. Yeah, it was a pretty bad day of Overwatch. I don't want to never play tank again, man. We can't play tank. Terrible. That's okay though. I think today we'll redeem ourselves by going support or attack. Avoid the tank role because I clearly don't know how to play it. And also, yeah, we're also gonna do like Minecraft today as well. What do I need to do in Minecraft? I don't even know. I think just make the village look nice. That's kind of about it. Make it more secure, I guess. Have some more villages, bigger farms. Yeah, improve the sugarcane farm, and yeah, it's kind of about it. Improve the village. I mean, technically, yeah, I can like get overpowered, right? Netherite and all that stuff, but honestly, protection 4 is all I need. Protection 4 diamond is all I need for now. I already, I already beat the Ender Dragon, and I've already got a Elytra. There's not any other mobs to really fight except the Wither. But apparently for the Wither, you just go down to the biggest strip mine and fight the Wither in like the deepest part of the world, and just shoot it. Or you fight it in the inn, and when you're like a beacon. So yeah, I guess we'll go fight the Wither. So gonna have to start killing Wither skeletons or something, which we know where they are. And I'm not sure if we're gonna go kill the water or anything. No need for that. You don't get any loot from those deep cities. Maybe build like a creeper farm or something for fireworks. Only thing is, I was like, what do I need? Where am I gonna go? Only thing is, I was like, what do I need? All I know is that we should probably just make our Minecraft world a little bit more prettier. We did enslave those villagers, but I also gave them my word that I'd improve their village instead of making it worse. So far, none of them are actually, you know, dead. Everyone here's got sound barriers too this morning. So, and also on the TV is F2 qualifying, which is I guess somewhat interesting. Yeah, there's nothing else to really say, is there? Sorry. So today's plan is. Oh yeah, well today's plan is simple, right? This. I'm probably just gonna go Alpha Theory regime straight away, and then do some editing, and then do some dips and pull-ups, and then eat all the food in one go, and then, huh? And then what? I'm not sure. I guess I'll maybe like do like a. Maybe I'll just build some kind of Minecraft thing or something. I'll do something. Maybe I'll do like a Well, I can't really necessarily stream yet. Streaming's like later on, so I'll have to do something. There's no delivery work today because I did it yesterday. So this morning would be a bit, I'm not sure. I'll see. Either I do some kind of like offline Minecraft VOD and build something or something. I don't know. That's a good point. I have no idea what to do this morning. But the moment the streaming window is open, we'll stream. I guess I need to decide what I want to stream though. Either I stream some Forza Horizon, yeah, or do some Minecraft. We'll do drivers later because drivers on Overwatch only really works in the afternoon because that's when the majority of the player base is online. And that's basically it for today. Basically, either Minecraft or Forza Horizon is like the first segment, and then maybe depending on the sun today, I might go collect some sunlight, and then we'll probably do drivers for the rest of the afternoon, maybe, or Minecraft again. I don't know. Depends, but I do want to do some Overwatch again today, and avoid tank, play support or DPS, and just like be good, make up for yesterday, you know. But the problem with Overwatch in no, the problem with going tank in Overwatch for us is that I don't know how to play it. You're supposed to like look out for your team and stuff. Yeah, nah, I'm not fit for tank. I don't know how to play that role. There's no hit scans either. Every time I play tank, I felt like I'm just 1v5ing. Yeah, kind of done. I don't know, if I remembered from yesterday, Orisa is our like main champion, I guess. Actually, I don't know, whatever, I don't talk about it. Fuck tank, never gonna play that role again. Support's more enjoyable, and DPS is like just better. Because for tank, yeah, I just don't know how to play with the team. Yeah, I just don't know how to play tank. It's either I make space or I defend the team. I don't know. Am I supposed to defend the supports? I don't know. Am I supposed to target a tank? Maybe. Or am I supposed to target their supports? Or is it my DPS's job to target the supports? It just depends, you know? Don't know. Unlike DPS though, DPS is way more straightforward. You shoot and kill anyone. The tank, fine. DPS, yep. Support, yep. But you're DPS, so you should do so much damage output that you should be fine. But when it comes to tank, you don't do any damage. Or you do damage slowly. So the healers will, how to say it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Shut up. Actually, I don't think Golden Hour is good enough for depths anyways. Just observing the area. Golden Hour is good here, in this place. But Golden Hour is not good over there. It's not even Diamond Hour either. So I guess we'll just do a story video today then. Should be pretty easy. I'm sure I saw like Mr. Nightmare have like a new video anyways. So we'll be sure. I guess we did come here like 9-10 minutes early. Now when it comes to hunting and fishing, I have no intentions of hunting and fishing today. Zero. Just gonna stay home all day. Stay at HQ all day. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Where else am I supposed to go anyways? I only go out to go hunting and fishing. I don't need to go shopping. Shopping for what? What am I supposed to do? Be stuck in traffic? Like what? Why would I do that? Stuck in traffic for what? You know? What do I need to get? Can I get it online? Or can I get it? You know what I mean? Sometimes paying the online delivery fee is better. Because one, I don't have to go in traffic. It's like let's say the delivery fee is like what? $16? Huh. That sounds kind of a that sounds a bit expensive. So instead let me go to the shop. Okay. Gotta get in the car, drive to the location. How long is it gonna take? 20 to 30 minutes. Why? Because of traffic. And then come back, it's gonna take another 20 to 30 minutes. So you're gonna spend 1 hour, right? Is 1 hour worth $16? Oh no, because you need to go find parking too. And you need to go through the whole shopping thing. Oh, and you just say, oh, why don't you just skip traffic? Well, they open at a certain time. They ain't gonna open at 5 a.m., right? They open at like 9 or 10, and that's when there's massive busy traffic. Whereas versus online, I could buy it at 5 a.m. and it'll arrive a few days later. You know, sometimes buying things online is just way better because traffic's just annoying. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. I'll talk about something later on the story video. So I'll see you guys next time, right? Cool. Bye. Actually, no, not yet. Hold on. Look at that. Perfect. All threes and all zeros. Boom. All threes and all zeros. As usual. Right? Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Story video, right?
Hey, what's good? Why look so red? Anyways, finished showering. Look, the GOAT has released another video 1 day ago. 3 true Home Alone stories. Lock in. Don't give me that. You know, fine. PBT's fine. I'm not sponsored, but PBT is pretty based. ChatGPT is also pretty based as well. It's got lots of memory. Lock in. Ooh, Home Alone stories. Now, again, we already know the basics of Home Alone. Security cameras, a door lock, not just your key, but a door latch, okay? Where's the image? Where is the image? Uh-oh, you're gonna see my screenshots. Uh-oh. You're gonna see my screenshots. Nah, there's nothing wrong with my screenshots. Look. We know that we need this, okay? Many door locks. Alright, lock in.
Back in 2023, I experienced one of the most unnerving and scary nights of my life. I can't explain what happened. I never liked staying home alone, but after this night, I don't think I've ever stayed overnight anywhere alone since. At the time, my fiance Ryan and I were looking to buy a house since our lease just expired in our apartment, and we didn't want to renew for another whole year. One of my dad's oldest friends owned a house in the area that was currently available to rent because the previous renters had passed away. Since my dad was so close to the owner of the house, he agreed to let us stay there for a cheap rate, and also told us we could stay as long as we wanted. Basically, we were renting month to month in a nice home in a beautiful area of town. It took a lot of house hunting stress away. The only downside for me was that I wasn't thrilled about moving into a house where both residents died within a few weeks of each other inside the house. They were old, so it wasn't like a vicious death or anything, but still, I didn't love the idea.
I mean, that's just how it is, no? They don't sound that bad. Doesn't sound bad, right?
Didn't bother Ryan at all. He was excited about the low price tag of the house. He's not one to believe in bad energy, but I most definitely am. I remember when we first moved in, he would constantly mock me for being afraid. He even went as far as to mimic ghost sounds just to mess with me. Don't get me wrong, Ryan's a great guy. I know I'm painting a picture of him being a jerk, but he's always just joking around. Sometimes you need to knock him down when he plays around too much, and I always did. When we first moved in, it had this awful tan carpet all throughout the house. My dad's friend told us that he was having someone come over to tear out the carpet and put in hardwoods because the carpet was stained all over the place, on top of just being ugly. In the living room, there was a giant dark stain on the carpet. The first day we moved in, Ryan asked my dad's friend if he knew where the stain came from, and he shared information I wish I hadn't heard. It's really sad. The woman fell, hit her head on an end table, and the stain was from the blood. They think that was what led to her.
Just put him out over it.
Her passing.
And water.
She went to the hospital that night, and unfortunately, she never came home. Then he proceeded to tell us that her husband had passed away just a few weeks before her. He had a heart attack in the basement. I was horrified to be living in this house, even just temporarily.
I mean, what, you know what I mean? Like, ain't really much to say about that, right? It's like, oh, is what it is. You know, is what it is. You don't know what happened. You know, is what it is. That's just straight up a is what it is moment.
But sometimes you need to do what's most cost efficient, and this was it. We had only been there for maybe 2 days.
I mean, it's not like it's like a murder. It's not like it's like a murder or anything. It's just it is what it is, right?
They came to do the floors. I was so happy when the carpet was gone. He also had someone come in and paint the inside of the house. Just that little touch-up made the house feel so much better. After those little cosmetic touches, I started to settle in. It also helped that he added one of those annoying security systems inside the house as well. Every time you open the door, you get the automated voice saying, "Front door open." It got old very fast. Even though it was annoying, it did make me feel better. It was a little over a month of being there, and Ryan was leaving for the weekend. It was his bachelor party. I was a little on edge about being alone for a couple of nights, but by this time, the house felt like a home. I also had the company of our cattle dog, Rex, which made me feel safe. Friday, July 7th, I left for work at 7 a.m. I kissed Ryan goodbye because he was heading out a few hours later and wouldn't be back until Sunday afternoon. I got home that evening and felt a little off. I was positive that I was just feeling anxious because I was alone. I ordered myself Thai food since Ryan hates it and it's my favorite. I put on The Office and just watched my feel-good show until I started getting tired. I think it was close to midnight, and I began to hear this weird noise coming from the basement. This was an older house, so I just kept telling myself that the house is creaking. I turned off the TV and started heading into the bedroom. That's when Rex ran to the basement door and started barking. This was not normal behavior for Rex. He was protective but quiet. He didn't really bark a lot. He mostly howled when he would get vocal. But on this night, he was barking. He sounded tense, like something was wrong. I tried consoling him, but he wouldn't calm down. I don't know why I did this, but I slowly opened the
When the teacher's giving a presentation and you're just looking at your friend like, "Hey, you're supposed to listen to the teacher. What are you doing?" What? I don't know.
basement door and turned the light on. Rex stopped barking and started to growl. I was gonna go down and just make sure everything was okay, and then I remembered that the old man died down there. I know it sounds crazy, but that freaked me out. I felt frozen at the top of the stairs. I couldn't even look. I tried taking a picture of the basement from the top of the stairs, but it was just too dark down there to see anything. I was too scared to go down there myself and look, especially with Rex losing his mind. I shut the door and went to the bedroom. Eventually, Rex calmed down
If that's the photo, how is it light?
and joined me in the room. He wasn't barking or growling anymore. Instead, he stayed at the bottom of the bed staring at the door all night. It was like he was on high alert. This scared me more than his barking. I slept horribly that night. I expected someone or something to run into my room at any moment. I made my coffee in the morning and got ready for the day. I planned on catching up on some chores around the house that I had been neglecting. I gathered all my laundry, and when I made my way to the laundry room, I freaked out. This may seem small and trivial to some, but it freaked me out like you can't even believe. The washing machine was sticking out from the wall several feet. Not just a little wiggle, this thing was nearly in the middle of the room. At first, I ran out of the room. I couldn't figure out how or why something like that could happen.
How's it even possible?
Once I composed myself, I went back to the washer and checked it out. Other than being in the middle of the room, nothing else seemed out of place. I moved it back to where it was, and it wasn't easy. This was a heavy unit.
Who did
I
that?
felt like I should have heard it moving. Even though I was completely
Only explanation is that her husband moved it before he left as like a prank or something. Because she didn't check it the night before, right? Assuming, right? She didn't even check, like this could have happened before he left, so that's the only explanation. Her husband moved it and she didn't notice until the next morning. Probably, right? You never know. She went for work. He stayed at home for a few more hours. He could have done a little bit of trolling. Probably moved that thing. I don't know. That's like the only explanation because, you know, did she check the laundry room yesterday? You know? If she checked the laundry room yesterday and the washing machine was against the wall and the next morning it was moved, then you would like and get out of there, right? But if you didn't know, then you don't. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Completely on edge, I continued with everything I had planned for the day. I called Ryan and told him about everything. I could tell he was skeptical and apprehensive, but he still believed me mostly and was concerned. He's just one of those people who believes everything can be explained by something. That's probably true in this situation as well, but I still couldn't shake these nerves and that horrible
Well, you would have asked him, hey, did you move the washing machine? No, you didn't? Okay, I'm leaving. I'm going back to my father's house for now. You know what I mean? If he said, oh, I moved it. Okay, cool, that explains it. There's no other reason the washing machine would be moved if he didn't move it the night before, right?
feeling brewing inside. He told me they were heading home first thing in the morning, and that he would be back sometime in the late morning, which was at least earlier than they originally planned. Saturday night was a lot like Friday.
What is a bachelor party? What is a bachelor party? What is a bachelor party? A bachelor party is also... A bachelor party is a celebration held for a man who was about to get married. Typically organized by his friends or family, it serves a farewell to a single life.
Night. I got some food, cuddled up with Rex on the couch, and watched The Office. It was 9:18 that night, and I heard something loud outside the house. It was loud enough that it made me jump, even with the TV super loud. It sounded like an explosion. Then I got a notification on my phone from the garage camera. I pulled it up, and there was a video.
Yo, we got real lore here. Hold on now. Oh my goodness. That's either fireworks or something electrical.
My garage door was open in the video, which is crazy. We literally never used the garage
Wait, why is it open?
door. We only used the garage for storage. We didn't park in it because we both had bigger vehicles.
Bigger vehicles?
In the video, you can see flashes coming from the driveway. The video doesn't do it justice though. It just sounds like fireworks. I opened the door from the house that led to the garage. I looked in the driveway, and there appeared to be no evidence of fireworks, an explosion, or anything. It was the strangest thing.
No, there has to be an explanation, right? Fireworks or something electrical. Probably something electrical. Why is your garage door open though?
I saved the video and closed the garage door. Trying to get comfortable in bed after that was not easy. And the dozen vehicle, my garage door was open.
That looks like that is like electric motor. Yeah, it's probably electricity.
Lit park in it driveway from the house, an explosion or any driveway. My heart was racing because I had no idea what had just happened. My brain was confused because I couldn't even process why I was scared. I couldn't tell if I was scared of something insidious in the house that I can't see, or if there was someone actually messing with me. I think I got up 3 separate times and made sure the security alarm was set. Just like the previous night, Rex stood guard at the bottom of the bed, staring at the door, occasionally letting a light growl slip. I ended up falling asleep eventually. I woke up suddenly because someone was pounding on my front door. I looked at the time, and it said 3:39 in the morning.
What the dog doing? Hello? What the dog doing? What the dog doing? Shouldn't a dog...
I had the bedroom door shut, so he couldn't get out of the room. I just stayed in bed. I couldn't move if I even wanted to. It wasn't like somebody knocking. It was just a continuous banging on the door. Finally, I got up. Just before opening the bedroom door, I heard front door open, coming from the security system. I ran to lock the bedroom door. I grabbed my phone to call the cops, but it wouldn't turn on. Whenever I would press the side button to get the screen to...
Yo, where's the dog at? What the dog doing? What the dog doing? Where the dog at? Don't you have a dog? What the dog doing? If the dog ain't doing anything, this is a dream then. This must be a dream then. She tripping. She tripping because she's not even talking about the dog. So therefore it's a dream. Yeah, it's a dream. Oh, this is definitely a dream, right? She hears banging on the door. She tries to call the police, but her phone's not working, and she hears the door, ding dong, someone's there, right? Nah, she's definitely dreaming right now. She's like replaying a dream, because what the dog doing? What the dog doing? Huh? What the dog doing? If someone was there, the dog would have been barking like 1,000 times already, right? Like, what the dog doing? Did he fall asleep or something? Ain't no way. Dogs are, yeah.
Light up. It just lit up with a black screen.
Yeah, she's in a dream.
This was the moment I started to cry.
She's in a dream.
I looked over, and I was able to visibly see the doorknob shaking. I started screaming, "Go away." I called the police and told them someone had broken into the house. They showed up promptly and found nothing out of the ordinary except for the fact that the front door was wide open.
Oh, GG.
Nothing had been stolen, and there was no sign of any foul play at all. I showed the police the video, and they assumed it was most likely some kids lighting fireworks off, even though there was zero evidence of that in the driveway. As for the door opening, the cops told me it must have been the wind. Yeah, that's it.
Hey. Must have been the wind, for real. I mean, look, where's the dog though? Like, for real. Like, if it was actually someone there, the dog would have been barking, no? Like, she's not mentioning the dog. She's tripping hard. She must be tripping.
The wind.
Also, how can you have a security camera on your front in your garage, but you have no security cameras anywhere else? Like, wouldn't you have a security camera at the door? Where's all your other security cameras?
On a humid July night is gonna shoot open a door that's locked with a deadbolt. That
A deadbolt as well. Nah, she must be tripping. My theory probably is she had like a nightmare and she just walked out of her room sleepy, unlocked the deadbolt, unlocked the door, swing it wide open, walked back inside, fell asleep and had another nightmare. I mean, where's the dog at though? You know what I mean? Nah, she's tripping. She must have done this in her sleep or something, right? For real. That's the only explanation. Unless someone actually like, yeah, but like...
That really nailed the case on this one. After the police left, it was nearly dawn. I took Rex and drove to my parents' house. I
Smart.
stayed there until Ryan got home.
Smart.
I told them what happened. They were kind of on the side of the police, but still comforted me anyway. When Ryan got home, I told him everything, and he didn't think I had a brush with anything paranormal as I did. But he did feel like something had happened, and he was concerned. We did stay at that house for a couple more months until we found our new home. Nothing ever happened again. Before that weekend, I had never experienced anything even remotely unexplainable like that, and nothing like that has ever happened since. At the time of writing this, we're almost to the 3-year anniversary of that night. Whatever I experienced that weekend, I just hope I never experience.
Did you guys ever talk about the washing machine? Did y'all ever talk about the washing machine? Because if he did not move the washing machine, then someone's actually there. Right? Then there was actually someone. If the washing machine was moved by her fiance, then she gone crazy. She's crazy. But if he didn't move it, then someone's actually there messing with her. Right? That's the only logical explanation. If he did not move the washing machine, then someone was actually there, moved it, and then probably did everything else. Probably. Also, what the hell's the dog doing? Yeah, I mean, again, the washing machine is the main factor, but if we ignore the washing machine, that's her recalling of that moment at night with the door shaking and the deadbolts unlocked. That wouldn't... The only possible way for the door to be unlocked was she did it. Or someone else did. Oh, wait, hold on. It just depends, right? I mean, there's like multiple scenarios, right? Again, like I said, if the fiance did not move the washing machine, and that means that someone's actually in the house hiding, he probably moved the washing machine, then he did all of the door knocking and stuff, right? Door shaking, and then the guy who moved the washing machine, opened the deadbolt, unlocked the door, and swung it open, left, right? That's the only... So, yeah, again, the washing machine is like the main factor here. If if her fiance moved it, then she tripping. She probably unlocked it herself and went crazy. If he didn't move it, then someone was actually there, probably hiding. Again, the L dog. Like, what the dog doing? You know what? There's actually a high chance there was actually probably someone there then. Ooh, yeah, actually. It's like a 50-50, right? 50-50 chance that it was actually someone there. Or she tripping. It's either she's tripping or like someone's actually there, right? Again, it all could be solved with whoever moved the washing machine. It all can be solved with the washing machine. But also, what doesn't make sense in the story is if there was actually a guy there, the dog was already growling at the basement door and like keeping an eye on the door, right? So how come when he started shaking, if there was actually a man there and he started shaking the door like she described and banging on it, the dog would have gone nuts, right? So what the dog doing? Why is the garage door open too? Who opened that? So I would say it's a 50-50 chance. It's either she tripping or someone was actually there. But now that I think about it, yeah, it just depends, right? Like, what the dog doing for real? The dog should have been the carrier in this story. The dog been growling at the door before. Now he ain't doing nothing. That's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, again. Okay, if we ignored the possibility that her husband didn't move it, then yeah, someone's actually there. Duh. All the signs point to clear, and the dog was just a dumbass for not doing anything that night. Alright, lock in. Next one.
Anything like that again.
That was actually pretty good. That was a good one. That story is actually pretty good. It gives you a think. It like makes you think, right? Makes you think it's either someone or she tripping. Yeah. Again, though, yeah, I keep repeating it, but if her husband didn't move the washing machine, then 100% someone was there because the dog's already growling at the basement door, so someone's hiding in there. And during that night, the man left. It all leads to someone was there, right? But if her husband moved the washing machine, then it must have been the wind. Because the dog should have been Yeah, I don't know. Next story, lock in. Mouthful fan. That was pretty good though.
I used to live next door to a bar, and I hated it. Thankfully, it wasn't like right next door. There was a line of trees that went all the way around the bar, so I did have some privacy. However, from my driveway, if I looked just right, I could literally see the side of the bar, and that's where everyone would go outside and smoke. Most of the time, it wasn't that bad. It was only horrible on the weekends, or if the local sports team was playing, which seemed like every other day sometimes. I should also say that at the time of the story, I was working retail. That means I worked most weekends, so they would be partying it up at the bar being loud, and I was trying to sleep. It was a great time. Out of all the annoying nights I dealt with, and there were many, one night specifically still sticks with me, and is probably something that will haunt me for the rest of my life.
You know, if you're next to a bar, then you probably want to have like a security cameras. You probably want like a compound gate. Yeah. That's not a, you know what I mean? Because at a bar, people get drunk and they walk out of the bar. And if your house nearby, they're going to walk to it and cause mischief, right? So probably a compound gate would be nice. You know what? Imagine if this house was like open gate, open backyard. That's so dumb. Living next to a bar and having no deadbolts, having no security cameras, having a completely open backyard and driveway. That's just asking to get like, yeah, GG. And if you're a female as well, that just makes it worse. Like, what are you doing?
It was a Saturday night, and my best friend Layla was coming over. She's like a
So she's a woman. What are you doing? Oh, it's over. Oh, it's so over. Some drunk guy's gonna come try get her.
sister to me. We've been friends since elementary school and still are to this day. Around the time of this story, Layla was working hard trying to set me up with anybody. This was kind of before all the dating apps became popular. The apps would have really helped me break the ice. I'm an incredibly awkward person. I've had a hard time interacting with strangers. The thought of going up to a random woman and asking her out seemed more terrifying
Oh, never mind. This is a guy. Oh, it's a guy. Okay, never mind.
than the scariest horror movie you could think of. I'm a massive dork, and I love that about myself. I love my comic books, my collectibles, and more than anything, just relaxing at home. It's kind of hard to meet people when being a homebody is the main part of my identity. That's why Layla was trying to be the ultimate wingman. It wasn't going well, though. I had a few dates, but nothing struck. So, on this specific night, Layla came over for dinner and to hang out for a while until her girlfriend got out of work. We had a great night. She gave me some of her classic Layla dating tips to try out next time I go on a date. Around 10 that night, her girlfriend called her and told her she was leaving work. I walked Layla to her car and said goodbye. As I watched her drive away, I heard loud noises coming from the bar. I glanced over and saw a group of maybe 7 or 8 girls. They were clearly drinking and feeling good. They were laughing and talking loudly. I could clearly hear every word one of the girls was saying to her friend. I shook my head, and just as I was getting ready to turn around and walk back inside, I noticed one of the girls looking in my direction. I looked around to see if she could have maybe been staring at someone else, but it clearly looked like she was staring at me. I didn't react because I still wasn't sure if she was looking at me or something else. All the women outside started to head back into the bar, but this woman stayed back a little bit. It was like she wasn't with the group of girls, even though she was standing with them. Then she waved. She had to have been waving at me. There was literally no one else around. I didn't wave back at first. Then she started waving more aggressively. I hesitantly waved back, and she reacted by blowing a kiss in my direction. All I did was smile and go inside. Clearly, it was just a woman at the
Smart idea. Back inside. Hell yeah.
bar who may have had one too many drinks. After the weird interaction outside, I went in and started playing video games since I had a weekend off for once. I couldn't think of a better way to spend the evening.
Real.
Around 1:30 that morning, I heard a knock on the door.
Dude been playing till 1:30. Oh my goodness.
I paused the game I was playing.
He's still playing.
I heard the gentle knock again. I wasn't that freaked out because of the close proximity to the bar.
Oh, he's got no gate or anything.
I've had people show up at my doorstep before.
What?
Some people in this town really like
If that's happened before, you should... Okay.
to party. I was used to weird things like this happening. Just in case it was something serious, I got up and looked out the small window next to the front door. Nobody was standing there. At that moment, it pretty much confirmed that it was just someone from the bar being an idiot. My heart was racing a little bit, just because hearing a knock at the door at that hour is always a little jarring. I didn't get back on my game right away. I was sitting in my front room, reading something on my laptop. I would say maybe 15 minutes had passed since I heard the knock, and I got up to look out the window one more time, just to confirm nobody was outside. When I looked out the window, I didn't see anybody, but I did notice that the light inside my car was on. When I focused a little harder, I could also see that my driver's side door was slightly open. Again, I wasn't that scared.
Bro's getting his car stolen. What is he doing?
I was angrier than anything else. It wouldn't be the first time that someone from the bar tried to break into my car and steal something.
Oh my, if this is happening commonly, dude, you should like... I mean, you're kind of broke though. You are working retail, so you can't really like get a compound gate, I guess.
The joke was on them because I didn't keep anything valuable in my car. The last time this happened, the light inside my car was on all night, and my battery died the next morning. I didn't want that to happen again. I unlocked the front door, went outside, and made my way to my car.
He gonna get jumped. Oh, he gonna get jumped for real. He's gonna get jumped. GG. He's getting jumped. What are you doing? You would get security cam. Like, if this is like common occurrence, you would have got security cameras, no?
I looked in the back seat just to make
Not that security cameras would stop anything, but yeah.
sure nobody was camping out back there. Once I realized nobody was in the car, I locked it and headed back inside. Once I got inside and locked the door, I realized I could smell something. It was like a lavender perfume or something. It could have been Layla, but she isn't the perfume
Dude, I bet when he checked the car, someone slipped in his house because he didn't close it or lock it. What a dumbass.
type, and I don't think the smell would have lingered that
I didn't even hear. Yeah, he must have like left the door open or cracked. Someone slipped in when he was looking at the car. GG.
long. My thought was that whoever accidentally knocked on the door was probably wearing too much perfume and the smell was still lingering on the front porch. I finished what I was doing on the computer, shut down my video game, and decided to finally head to bed. I still felt a little anxious about everything that happened, but I wasn't scared. I put on a movie in bed and tried to drift off. I don't know exactly how much time had passed until I heard something. I turned the movie off so I could hear better. I thought I could hear someone running around the house outside my room. It sounded like light, delicate footsteps, but they were moving rapidly. I moved closer to the door to listen. I heard the sound of giggling. It was a soft, feminine giggle. When I heard the giggling and unmistakable sounds of running around, I completely shut my cracked bedroom door and called the police. I told them that someone broke into my house, most likely somebody from the bar next door. While I was waiting for the police, every minute felt like an hour. Eventually, I didn't hear the running around anymore. I quietly got up and left the bedroom. I grabbed one of my dad's golf clubs from my closet and started slowly walking through the house. When I got to the kitchen, I froze completely. Just standing in my kitchen was a small blonde woman staring out the window. She was wearing an old-looking, tattered pink dress. Then it hit me. This was the woman from the bar who waved at me earlier that night. Before I could even react, she said while still looking out the window, "Hey buddy, I know you're there." Then she snapped around quickly and stared directly at me. Then she started to run at me. I ran to the bathroom, shut the door, and
What? Just push her over. Don't you have a golf club? You got a golf club too. What are you doing? Why are you running? Why are you running away? I mean,
locked it. She kept knocking on the bathroom door, begging me to open it. It wasn't long after this that the police showed up. They were inside the house and knocking on the door. I opened the door and only saw the officers inside the house. I looked down, and right outside the bathroom was one of my steak knives from the kitchen. After leaving the bathroom, we noticed that the back door was also left open. We figured that she must have run out the back door. The next day, we went to the bar and asked them if they remembered anybody who fit that description, and the owner knew right away. He told us that she was dirty and apparently bothering the guests. Eventually, he had to throw her out of the bar. She was lingering outside for a while, but once he threatened to call the police, she disappeared. After that night, I never saw her again, thank God. I don't know why she targeted me. Maybe she was just crazy and homeless. Maybe she was on drugs. I spent a while trying to figure out how she got into the house. The only time I could think of is when I went outside to shut my car door. She had to have been hiding somewhere near the door and ran inside when I wasn't looking.
yeah, like I said, okay.
Never forget that night. Thankfully, nothing serious happened, and I'm able to tell my story. I just hope that this woman got the help that she needed, and that she isn't terrorizing more people.
That's kind of a one victim scenario. Those type of people is like a one victim scenario, right? It's like she can only kill once and that's it. What would you do in that story? That story is kind of just like another preventable, possibly, but it is also one of those cases where it kind of is like it is what it is, right? Because you could have a lot worse scenario that can happen to you. And did he play it smart? Kinda. He kind of played it smart-ish, except if you called the police, why would you leave your room? Like, he said he called the police, right?
I know you're there. Broke into my house, but I thought I could hear someone running around. I heard the sound of unmistakable sounds of running around. Broke into my house, most likely somebody from the bar next door.
Okay, so someone broke into your house.
While I was waiting for the police, every minute felt like an hour.
So you're waiting for the police. Someone's in your house.
Eventually, I didn't hear the running around it
So you don't hear them moving anymore. So you decide to leave the safety of your room?
anymore. I quietly got up and left the bedroom.
Like, why would you do that? You already called the police. You might as well just stay in there and wait. Because, like, okay, look. Just logically, okay, someone's in my house. Let's forget that it's a girl with a knife. It could have been a guy with a gun. Or just anyone, right? A human. You know? You call the police? Someone's breaking in my house. Someone's definitely in my house. Yep. I'm gonna stay in this bedroom and lock it. And camp the door. Camp the door. Camping works in real life. Camp. You gotta camp it. You gotta camp your door. Boom! That's the only camping, right? You get that advantage. So if you know someone's in your house, why would you leave? Are you like, why would you walk out when you hear no more noise? Like, what are you doing? They could be camping your door. You don't know that. They could be camping you. Why would you open? So yeah, this is his fault. Was like he's pretty smart at calling the police and stuff, but just why would you walk outside? Like, forget that it was a girl forget it was a girl with a knife. It could have literally been a man to rob him or kill him or anything, right? So yeah, I mean, also another thing, how did he? Also another thing, he didn't even like scan his house properly or anything. Because he went to go close his car door. He went back inside his home. He did some more computer work. And she was in the house the whole time. And then he went to sleep. So, like, she could have got him easily. Yeah. I mean, look, that's the only mistake is really just like, why would you walk out? Like, just forget that was a girl with a knife. Just any kind of other human, right? You don't know if they had any kind of, like, you would have just stayed in your room. You already called the police, right? You just wait. Wait and camp your door. You know what I mean? Also, if this was not the first time incidents happen in your place, you get security cameras and stuff, right? You know, and also, I mean, a compound would be, maybe. A compound gate would be, like, nice. But also you would get, like, a deadlock door. You would get okay, if you're, like, because he's working retail, so you obviously can't, getting a compound gate is, like, as much as a car. Right? The best thing you could do is, like, get deadlocks on your door and security cameras, I guess. Right? And yeah, it just depends on the context of the house. I don't exactly know what the house looks like. But you get like compound gates and security cameras and... I mean, yeah, compound gates are expensive. But... yeah. I guess sometimes it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate it, right? We're gonna end that there, alright? Story 3 by Sham. Alright. Tom. We'll do that next time whenever I feel like it. But hey, that was not so bad, right? Pretty interesting. Alright. See you boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen later. Hold on, let me quickly browse YouTube real quick. Let's quickly see what... I'm about to lose brain cells. Let's see, is there anything interesting? Ooh, there is a new Fears of Fathom game apparently, right? Ooh, there is a new Fears of Fathom game. I haven't watched it on YouTube. It's actually one of the first Fears of... No, not first, but it's one of the Fears of Fathom games that I haven't seen on YouTube yet, so... It gonna be a little bit exciting. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. I'll see you guys next time, alright?